Beard update. I'm not going to do that every morning, I promise. Just for the first few days. So this is day 2 of the beard. It's at the stage now where it's sort of a little bit itchy. Not too itchy, bearable. And I'm sure once it gets past maybe 3 or 4 days, it'll stop itching quite so much. And my facial hair seems to grow quite quickly, so I'm hoping this will progress at a nice rate. And I'm hoping that it all grows in the right places as well. But anyway, good morning to you all. I hope you all have a fantastic day. The day for me started reasonably early, up about sort of 6:20 this morning, something like that. And I regard that as a lay-in because I'm normally up at 6, so 20-minute lay-in. I've already done one errand today. I've got to also do a run to pick up a parcel. And then I've also got to edit yesterday's video. The thing I want to talk to you first about today was obviously iOS 7.1 hit just yesterday. So I've now got that installed on both my iPhone 5S and also the iPad Air. We also installed it onto my son's iPhone 5 and it also went onto a previous generation iPad as well. I think what you would call the 4th generation iPad, and it has transformed all of them. This is the sort of release Apple should have done with iOS 7. Too early to say whether the sort of reboots or sort of restarts have stopped because I haven't used it long enough to say that. But certainly the responsiveness, very, very nice indeed. And there are a few other bits and pieces added as well. There's a new sort of call screen as well for when a call comes in and for when you're making a phone call. So that's been revised. But just the general responsiveness seems so much snappier. So I'm very, very pleased that they seem to have finally sort of optimised it a bit more for the hardware. And especially with the 4th generation iPad, the sort of stutters you would get on that have disappeared. So very, very pleased on that front. So well done, Apple, at last. It's taken you, what was it, 3 months, something like that? I can't remember how long, but it's taken you a while, but at least you bring these updates out and you keep your users happy. So thank you very, very much. Now, I'm going to get the edit done for yesterday and I will see what this day brings. Oh, I've also got to, today, order up a smartphone. I decided that I really did like the Nokia Lumia 1520 and I was so impressed with it when I had it on test. I'm going to get one in so that I can keep up to date with what's happening on Windows Phone. The camera on it, obviously not quite as high resolution as the 1020, but the HD resolution screen, the quad-core processor, the nice larger screen as well, I think it's a 6-inch screen on the 1520, they sort of make up for the slightly lower resolution. And even, I think it's a 20 megapixel or 21 megapixel camera, even at that resolution, that is a fantastic camera on the 1520. So I'm going to get one of those in for myself, an investment in Geekanoids really, just so that I can keep up to date with apps and what's happening on that platform, because I get asked from time to time. So I'm out and about taking some photos. I've got my trusty Olympus OMD EM1 and just looking for some inspiration, a bit of architecture sort of photos, anything really that catches my eye. Also some people photography as well. In fact, the weather's so good today that a lot of people are actually out without coats on, apart from me and a few people of course. It's still a little tiny bit chilly, and I think that's got to do with, apart from it being sunny, we've still got this sort of mist and fog. I don't know if you can see over there, but the sort of distance that you can actually see is quite limited due to this fog. You can't even see the horizon out there. But still, it's a nice day. It's nice that the sun's out. And this place that I'm in at the moment, this is called the Lees. So the Lees has got this Lees Cliff Hall. This is where they hold some events in the background. You can see a lot of people over there enjoying sitting outside having a cup of tea. So I'm going to get on with some photography. Then I've got to head back to the studio and also run an errand as well. I'm going to run an errand actually on the way back to the studio. So that's it for my little outing. I've got about another half an hour before I've got to head back. So let's get some photos. So I'm back, and yes, I'm in the kitchen again. You'll see me in the kitchen a lot lately. My wife is working very, very hard, so I'm actually cooking, getting dinner ready for around about sort of 7 o'clock. Now, when I'd run my errands, I came back to the studio, and I was very lucky to catch a tweet, I didn't even know this was going to happen, about Techno Buffalo doing a new live broadcast. And so often when US publishers or creators put out live shows, because of the time difference between them and the UK, I don't often get to watch them live as they happen. But this one, timing was great, part of a Google Plus type hangout scenario, so I managed to jump on and ask a couple of questions. Now the first question that they answered, and by the way guys, thank you very much for answering both of my questions. The first one was regarding Titanfall, and I sort of knew the answer. It was sort of for a confirmation of what I thought, and also it's really great to hear other people's opinions. And Titanfall was the subject, and this game was released in the US yesterday, I think, and I'm pretty sure it's been released in the UK on Friday, or it might even be tomorrow. Anyway, a lot of people in the US have been struggling getting on the servers. Now, I know this isn't the publisher servers in this case, this is actual Microsoft servers, and it's spoiling people's experience. And my question was, do you think that game publishers and Microsoft should throw more money behind these big launches so that people's experiences aren't spoiled? After all, a lot of people have paid, well in the UK it's about between sort of £37 and £40 for the game, and that's a lot of money to pay for a game to then have trouble actually playing it. And of course the answers come back from the Techno Buffalo team that yes, they do think that more money should be put behind these big major launches. After all, they make a lot of money from the sales of the game, so invest a little bit in the user experience. And we also get to the impression that they don't sort of care. They don't really respond to people's problems or issues with servers. Some publishers do, but it seems like we're forgotten once the game has been purchased. So really great that they answered that one. And the other question I asked was regarding 4K. Now, I've been struggling with finding the budget to invest in 4K for a long time, and I've been trying to time it right as well. 4K resolution is relatively new. A lot of people on the receiving end of 4K video have only got 1080p resolution displays, and even though when you record at 4K and then downsample to 1080p, the sharpness is absolutely brilliant. I posed the question to the Techno Buffalo guys, and they were like, no, it's too early, it's not worth investing in 4K, that camera you buy is going to be sort of worthless in a few months' time. And I tend to agree. It is very early days, and of course the camera is not going to be worth as much in a few months' time or a year's time, but that happens with all of technology. And if we lived by that rule, we probably wouldn't invest in anything, because we'd be thinking there'd be something better coming around the corner. Now, I've been watching the likes of Adam, Mr. Tybox123, Unbox Therapy, who else was it? They're the main two guys I've been watching some of their 4K footage. Unbelievable quality and unbelievable sharpness. And I'm watching on a 1080p display, or I'm watching on my Thunderbolt display, which is slightly better than 1080p. But the quality and the sharpness is so good. It really is mouth-wateringly good. But then I've also been watching the likes of Marquez MKBHD, who uploads in 1080p. He's got a very good camera, but that is equally as good. It is still very, very good, and the quality of the footage and the pans and everything make it very, very good and very engaging for the viewer. So, in summary, even though I had my answer from the Techno Buffalo guys, and another opinion is always good, it's always good just to put it out there and see what people think. I'll ask the same question to you guys. With regards to both questions that I asked, I'll come back to the other one shortly, because I've done it all mixed up for you, but I will ask you as well, do you think it's worth me investing in 4K? I'm pretty well decided I'm going to anyway, because I use a Panasonic G6 for my videos at the moment, and the GH4 is just within budget. I can just about manage to get hold of one when it's released in about a month's time. So I will be doing 4K, but do you think that investment is worthwhile? Have you seen a noticeable difference in sort of quality and clarity? And will you be investing in a 4K display in the future? I'd be really interested to hear from you guys and girls your opinion on that. And then going back to the earlier question I asked, what do you think about these game releases? When you sort of buy a game, should we really expect it to work without any hiccups? Or are these sort of server issues sort of expected because the amount of people trying to get online all at the same time? So again, let me know what you think of the gaming situation as well. Just got to turn my cooking down. It's bubbling away there. But anyway, back to the 4K thing. I'm really excited because I will be getting this Panasonic GH4. I'm just sort of concerned a little bit. Will I shoot everything in 4K? Or will I just shoot the main reviews in 4K? I definitely won't do these videos in the higher resolution. These will still be in 1080p. But if I have that GH4 in my setup, will I struggle with the workflow, with the size of the files? And will I then use that same camera and revert back to 1080p capture? That's one of my main concerns. I can see in the future that a lot of people will buy 4K televisions, and then of course the 4K resolution footage will be watched at its optimum sort of viewing quality. So I think it's going to be worthwhile in the future. But I'm just hoping that 4K doesn't go the same way as 3D. I'm sure it won't. I'm babbling on a little bit now. But anyway, it's an exciting time ahead for all of us, of course, because high resolution displays are absolutely amazing. I mean, I love my Thunderbolt display. And because of my interest in 4K, if I can ever afford a 4K resolution screen, then I would love to get one. I saw that Dell do one, a 31 or 31.5 inch. It's about £2,000 though, so I'm going to have to wait until those prices drop dramatically. I really am. I struggled justifying buying the Thunderbolt display. That was very expensive. I'm glad I did spend the extra money on it. But I always try and sort of think things and try and really justify them to myself, because I haven't got lots and lots of money to spend on it. You know, it's within a sort of limited budget. I can see what I've got coming in each month. But we still like to save for the future. On a personal basis, I like to save for my kids' future as well. So it's really difficult spending that amount of money. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I think my cooking is simmering away nicely now. Oh, I know you're going to ask, but yes, I'm cooking my son's favourite again, spaghetti bolognese. And it's going to be a quick spaghetti bolognese this time because I started cooking late. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Hit that like button, leave me some comments, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you'd like to watch another amazing video from me, please do click that top box. And if you want to subscribe to my geeky channel, click the red box on the bottom of your screen now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.